Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kyonin Legacies. I am your host, Wuten, and player as Shizuki, and today we have a bit of downtime after the events of last session. But real quick, let's just go down the list, introduce everyone here. First up, we have Cygnus playing as Kanari.
Hello, that's me.
We have Anri being played by Solar.
Hello.
We have Sorren being played by Chaotic.
Hello.
And we have Kai being played by Kai.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it secret, keep it safe. And our benevolent DM, GutiuSerenade.
Bienvenue, Power Bottoms.
Brilliant. And yeah, we have
Someone noted.
yeah. So Cassandra, Ebony will be out this session. So for those of you wondering on why she is not on the little stream docket there, fortunately something came up and Ebony is going to be stepping out for this session. So in the meantime, we have everyone else here. So wishing them the best, and I think Goody, I think you're good to go with your summary of events last session.
Sure. And there was a lot last time on Kyonin Legacies. Albrook was under attack. And perhaps rushing after many a victory sealed from their doings in Cloverstone, which thereby also helped Realmquay. They woke up the next morning from a nice relaxation period to only receive word that Shizuki's hometown was under attack. And as they approached, they began to see a very similar light as to what happened when young Tai was released from her seal. Sure enough, there were many other Oni, which led the party to believe that more Guinean rubies must have shattered, releasing the bindings of whatever had been sealed within some of them. They fought across Albrook's Bridge, all the way across the way, and prevented a very large red Oni from breaking through a barrier that was protecting the rest of the city proper. While there were many injuries and near-death experiences, party was victorious once again, but not before meeting at last in person the Prophet, as well as one who introduced himself as Stygian. Show him again here. Who has designs to instill fear across the land in order to cause an upsurge of chaos, which is evidently the first phase of his plot. Tai, at the end, saved Shizuki with a very mysterious power which caused her to fall unconscious. Which brings us to Albrook proper. And let me make sure I get the... There we go. Because it is indeed still raining. The party has, at this point, descended the bridge top. I believe Sorren was carrying the unconscious Tai. And I believe the floor is now to you guys.
All right. My first thought would be immediately rush home, make sure that dear old dad is all right.
Okay.
Should we plan to follow you, or would you prefer to do this on your own?
Ideally, just in case there's any any Oni that are still like in the city proper, I would call on the rest of you to come with me just in case, especially with after literally just dying and then coming back
Right.
All right.
to everything. I think she'd be a little
Valid
bit
and
shaken up from
fair.
that.
Yeah. Kanari will invite you to lead the way, and be kind of watching you carefully the whole way, waiting for you to drop.
Okay.
Well, after
Well-
everything that happened there, I think we need to go check on my father. Would would the rest of you be fine accompanying me with that?
Yes,
Of course.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Nod, nod.
Okay. And Shizuki will briskly start making her way through the city to where the forge is.
All right. So, rushing back down through the pouring rain, you make your way up back off the bridge and onto the side of town where you live, which is just it's the road that leads like towards the bridge, but it's not on the bridge itself. It's just like, kind of around the corner down the road a little bit.
Right.
And sure enough, completely undamaged. It looks like that maybe a couple of minor spells had made their way across the bridge side proper, but nothing that can't really be patched up. And sure enough, you see dear old dad helping helping a neighboring forge smith across the way, just helping pick up some tumbled over display sets and tables and the like.
With that, she's like spotting him and seeing that their home and forge was mostly unscathed. Shizuki will like dash down the road towards where she sees him, and will pull him into a tight embrace. Father.
There's my girl. Are you the one causing all that trouble over there?
I was so worried. Oh, we were in Relimque and we heard that Albrook had been attacked. We rushed over as quickly as we could.
Yeah. And your hugs are definitely getting tighter. I love to feel it. Let me tell you, the bridge side proper got a good amount of damage, but the guard says they're still assessing some of the damages and any potential casualties on that over that way. But it's the strangest thing, though. While we were setting up, some of the Oni began clashing. Not the Oni. Blah, blah, blah. Some of those demon folk began clashing with each other, and that gave us ample time to set up a barricade to the town proper. And we don't know what happened. There were just a bunch of sun flashes of light, and then all these crazy warriors show up and start causing a bunch of trouble. And
I'm just glad that you and the rest of the town are mostly safe from all of that.
Well, even if they did break through, they wouldn't be able to take me down without losing a few of their own, huh?
I know.
Are you all right? You look pretty tired, sweetie.
It's been a long day. A lot of things happened, but I'm all right.
All right.
We're thinking of possibly staying for a little while the town gets fixed back up. Would myself and Anri, and she'll turn to look at Anri. Would we be able to use the forge? As she'll sort of like raise an eyebrow at him to indicate the forge.
He at this he puts on a small, gentle smile and puts his titanic hand on your head, and he says to you, "That's not really my decision to make, now is it, my little assistant?" He says as he, I don't know if you're wearing that key around your necklace or not, or whatever. I don't remember what you said you did with the special key he gave you, but at the very least, you can infer that that's what he's referring to.
Right. Thanks, Dad. And with that, I'm debating whether or not, probably later. I'm thinking whether or not we should actually like tell him what's going down, but I'm thinking that's probably a story for another time.
That's
More than likely.
not in the pouring rain while trying to fix bits of the town.
Definitely.
Actually, speaking of which, considering how you got offed, are there any obvious like holes in your armor or anything that we need to be worried about concealing for his benefit?
Luckily, I am not wearing my armor.
Not wearing anything at all, bold of you to assume.
Bold of us to assume I'm wearing anything, for that matter.
She's been walking naked this whole time.
Actually,
Just nobody said anything.
so
it's that kind of town.
they're very forward-thinking.
Welcome to Nudista.
Oh my god.
Quick question, Goody.
Yes.
Based on what happened, would I have like, so there was like a protruding hole through my chest, right?
So how do I put this? So I guess this kind of depends on how I would interpret the resuscitation magic to have taken effect.
Right.
Because I can at the very least say that since the guy who had special stepped behind you, shall we say,
Teleports behind you, nothing personnel, kid.
there would probably be some very... I would say your back would probably have some very... would probably still have some bruises on it from very precise and very... probably very precise and rapid hits to what would probably be vital parts of the back of your on that side of your body.
So a good deal of them at like your fucking the base and neck of your spine.
Yeah.
Trying to crack your spine at the neck.
Not visible. Not visible with your shirt on.
Right. Okay.
Hey man, go all in if you fuck it up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Make it seem like you did it on purpose.
All right. Well, I think with that, making sure that the Forge and the Father are okay.
The Forge and the Father. It sounds like a book.
It
It
does.
does, yeah.
Sounds like a band album.
That too.
like a Christopher Lee metal album name. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't give me ideas.
Ooh. But yeah, so with confirming that they are indeed okay, Shizuki is going to turn to the rest of the party and just... Well, it mostly looks like the town proper didn't get too damaged after everything that happened.
We might want to find somewhere to put her, as I have the unconscious tie. So
Oh.
Yes, we got an inn near here the last time, right? The last time we were in town.
Hey, Dad, do we have an extra someplace we can put her? And she'll gesture towards Ty. She's not part of any of the stuff that happened here, but she was someone that we encountered down south, and she's been a great help to us.
She's kind of an like I've ever seen anyone like her before, but then, well, until today, I guess. But if she's with you, then I don't see why not. Just I'd maybe hide her face around town for now.
Right.
gee, it's almost like I was forward thinking giving her that hat of disguise.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
I have roguish instincts.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll guide Sorren and Ty into the forge proper area, like the building proper, and find her a sort of secluded area where like the customers coming in won't see her, and get her all set up here.
Okay, and I'd be glad to say that it might be a little tight of a fit for the full party here and there, but I'm sure living spaces could be arranged for everybody here.
I mean, we have bedrolls and things. Like you can always find a spot on the floor.
Yeah. I always sleep on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's comfy.
For what
Comfy
it's
and
worth.
easy to be ready, man.
For what it's worth, it's roughly 4 people and a small child. 2 small children, for that matter, in terms of size and logistics. Anyway.
All right.
What is the unit of conversion from small children to 7-foot-tall Gnoll?
Yes.
You right. Okay.
Measure in Canaris. Half a Kanari.
We can play party Tetris. It's fine.
I've heard. I don't think that word means what you think it means, Goody. You keep using that phrase. My Kingmaker game would disagree with that assessment.
Uh-oh.
Things happened, and I will not go into them until after stream.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh.
I think I don't know what happened, but I think that's the first time I've actually said or heard that phrase. So
it's something I've become aptly familiar with. Anyway,
let's bookmark it then.
let's bookmark that until after stream. But yeah, we have. Let's see. I think with that, that's everything that I had in mind immediately in terms of things for Shizuki.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for my part, Kanari is just obviously seems a little uncomfortable with the whole thing, especially with this many people in a small and cramped space, and
Right.
appreciates the offer, but she thinks she's going to go and rent a room at the nearby tavern.
Right.
Okay.
There was actually something Anri wanted to do. But she could feasibly do it herself, but it might be good if some people come with her.
What's up?
So, do you guys remember how the Zekinator appeared and how he very promptly left?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think one of the things Anri would like to do, partially as a way to keep her mind preoccupied, is to actually go see if we can walk along the riverside and see if we can eventually find where Zeke landed, and both make sure he is okay and explain the situation with Anri before, something happens.
Right.
He comes hunting again.
Yep.
Yes. She would rather find him before he finds her.
Finds us.
Yep, and Kanari's in on that. Down for that.
Okay. Well,
I think I'll come along
around
for that as
that.
well.
that's what Anri will probably be doing. Even though it's raining, she doesn't really care.
Okay.
I'd be good.
Don't suppose you want to walk, Kai?
Walkies.
Walkies.
Tail
W what?
wagging. Walkies. He's very excited.
Sorren is also going to be busy picking up a couple of items when he has chances to slip away whilst you are all looking down the beach. Whilst we're all looking down the beach. So
Okay.
I'm looking at
Walkies.
equipment right now. So
Walk.
Alright, 1 second here.
Okay.
It's the W word.
That's the one.
she said,
Flanker. I mean,
I have to be careful using that word at home. The dog might hear and get very, 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 very happy.
Right.
so like when I say food time, I
Yeah.
guess his ears just twitched.
All right, so departing to check down like the riverbank side. Just checking around, make sure you're so you. How do I put this? The map to kind of describe it here. So it would be probably leaving town a little bit, but like just down on the riverside down here. In fact, let me do some real quick. Okay. So you are back in Albrook proper, and leaving town a little bit, just kind of staying along the edge of the riverside. You're looking for any sort of. You guys kind of leave and look for any sort of like traces. If you could all roll me perception checks.
Perception. 34.
31.
I'm gonna assume I'm too busy shopping
Okay.
because I am actually sitting here doing that. I'm not sure what we're looking for at the moment.
You're all good. This is the session to probably do that.
Yep.
So, look for any kind of telltale signs where the Zeekinator might have been launched with his clumsy spell usage. And you know that he went skipping away on the water, but with that, as well as the rain pouring onto the river itself, nothing really you can make from the water. But with the 31 and the 34, Shizuki and Kai, you guys notice that on the on the side of the bank that you guys are on, there appears to be a sort of like engravement of a very Zeke-shaped hole.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But he's not in there. You might assume that that was just a ricochet point for him to continue skipping across the water.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
I look
sucks
at
to
it
be
with
him.
concern.
Do you think he's dead?
Shakes head. No way.
Anri, I don't think he can die.
Point.
My feelings exactly.
This man has improved Die Hard.
Yep.
It's the only
It's a
answer.
vengeance.
He has, when he dies, he automatically stabilizes and gets to roll a 10d8 to see how much health he regains.
Jesus.
Well, at least he's most likely okay. You don't see if there's no blood splatter or body parts everywhere. If he's in one piece, he's probably fine.
Can I make a heal check on that, Guti?
Are there any
Sure.
like arm-shaped holes lying about?
Sure, go on and make a heal check.
Just want to see what the implied damage here is. 16.
With that knowledge of what Sorren just said, that would normally just absolutely kill the average man. Just full stop. Just no cap. Fucking absolutely dead.
Nice.
But Zeke,
But you also
the
recall
Zekinator.
that whatever happened with this guy, he also fell from a high up mountain cliffside.
Zekinator is
seems
no mere mortal man.
Very same.
Wooten, what was the 18 there?
That was I'd made a heal check to aid
Okay.
Kanari,
Yeah.
and so the total was
Okay.
18.
Gotcha.
Fucking god, chaotic.
You're welcome.
Oh my god. I wish there was an
Airbrush
easy way
Yamcha out.
for me to just like pull up these Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can do this here.
I'm spending from my inventory to go ahead and put those in, by the way, Goody.
Nice.
Okay. While you're doing that, let me just actually, since you're doing a little shopping proper, let me actually
Just to see, since apparently most of the town was luckily unharmed, so.
Thanks to the quick actions of some unnamed heroes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
here, I will go ahead and say that you're right around you'll be bridge side for this portion of the shopping. So let me go ahead and move you over here. Back where you were fighting not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
And we can go ahead and say that you're picking up your different supplies here, and if there's anything along the bridge that you would like to do or percept.
Are you telling me I should try to perceive something?
I'm giving you the option to. If you're this is this shopping bridge side basically, so
We were just. I mean, I guess it might be worth just looking to kind of see what just happened, see who, if any, got hurt, see if there's any, and it looks like our friend Maleo may also still be here. So
yeah, go and roll my perception just so I can give you a little.
what's my perception? There it is. There you go. So I have a 24.
Okay, so it looks like that with the threats gone, it looks like a lot of the uninjured guards and townsfolk have begun to rush over to help other injured, make some quicker or more immediate repairs. And you do spot that Maleo is on his feet, ragged as he looks for the moment. He is also assisting with repairs.
Okay. Well, at least he's all right. So better than not all right.
Yeah. But yeah.
I'm not specifically going to go out of my way to say anything at the moment.
That's fair.
I'm just focused on trying to get a hold of a couple of things and just honestly very deep in his own thoughts at this point.
Okay. So you make your purchases. We'll be able to supply you no problem. And we can
Just a
go
couple of
ahead
simple items there, so.
Mm-hmm. And we will just bring back to Homeside proper.
Woo. Okay.
As for the rest of you who went to the Riverside, you have made your assessments of the broader of chaos. And what next?
Well, if we can't find him, I suppose. Well, yeah.
You could always go find Maleo and talk to him about it.
That was going to be the next plan. But yeah, Goody, basically what I'm going to ask is, like, does it look like he has traveled a distance that would take a number of days to actually find him?
You cannot say for certain because judging by what happened, judging by his launch, as well as the inclement weather, there is not really there's just not enough evidence to show like where to even begin the search.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Right.
since he launched across like the water and stuff.
Yeah,
It'd probably be hard even for Kai to track him, you know.
that is fair. In case, thank you for humoring me, guys.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I suppose we'll go find Maleo.
All
I want
right.
to.
Okay. So the four of you still then?
Yep.
Okay.
4 of us will
We'll do that.
make our way back through the path that we carved and see if we can find, make sure Maleo's okay, and well, for what it's worth, maybe check on Ortruda as well.
Okay. Well, let's see here. So you make your way back up through back here. Make your way back towards city proper. And back up and around the bridge side. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. And bring you right over here.
All right. Shizuki is mostly just walking through a bit slower now, just sort of taking in everything that happened.
Mm.
A lot of carts tumbled over. Some of the side businesses definitely took some brunt damage.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not doing part a lot because of the the big guy,
The big one, yeah.
that struck Anri down temporarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go ahead and roll me perception checks, the two of you, since you're stepping forward here.
Okay. Natural fucking
damn.
20. I know these streets. I even see Crazy Hassan over there.
Well, hello.
Hello!
Crazy dude.
Welcome to Crazy Hassan.
I just moved in here. I'm like Spirit of Halloween.
Jesus Christ.
I am expanding my business across the sea.
So with those rolls, Anri, you spot Alastair over in the rain, just sitting on a bench. The rain pours on him. Looks like he's been in better. He looks like he's been in better situations.
Oh.
Oh yeah, his friend betrayed him.
Yeah.
And Shizuki, you spot a very bruised and battered, battle-worn Maleo doing his part to help the townsfolk repair some of these buildings, using what little bit of magic he has left for some of the bigger hulled stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To help levitate and balance a little bit.
Okay.
But oh boy, he looks tired as shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna quickly make my way over and see, as he's picking up something particularly heavy, I'll come by and give him an extra pair of hands and secure it.
Mm.
Well, need an extra lift here, and she'll help lift it to where it needs to go.
You don't hear me object. There we go.
How are you doing?
The only thing that's dead right now is my pride, I think. But nah, there's probably spells for that, right?
Well, I wouldn't know, but she turns and takes a look at the road proper here. I don't know if you've been in the city yet, but looks like we were able to stop whatever it was that was happening here.
I'm glad to hear it.
Mm.
You guys arrived in just the nick of time, let me tell you.
That's something that we're pretty used to.
And
We saw
Romy,
them
some...
too.
Go ahead.
Also. I was just gonna say, we saw them too. The Prophet, the supposed leaders of this cult. They got away.
Bunch of damn cowards. They're as strong as they say. You think they'd stick around to finish the job?
Mm-hmm. They said their main objective was to instill fear.
Well, you know, in a place like Vera, where the eventuality of war is always just a could always just be started with just a thought. You probably won't be very difficult for them to do that, especially after this.
Mm-hmm. We'll do our best to stave whatever it is they've got planned in the meantime.
Roll me a sense motive check with Shizuki.
Sensing that motive. 25.
There is something that is definitely bothering him.
You're seeing... How do I want to word this? Something else on your mind?
Yeah. So, it's actually going to invite you to speak in this alley.
Okay. Following strange Oni-like individuals into dark alleys. Never a bad idea.
He's propping his foot against the wall, and he's like, so that big guy, the one who I was trying to deal with for a while there.
Right.
He came from my ruby. And what's worse is that that gem had been passed down each generation in my family. Some sort of heirloom to remember our pride by or something.
Oh.
And with the way he was talking, he sounds like that I was related to him somehow.
She's going to
Now,
cross her arms across her chest and thought, well, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I don't think he was lying either. Because much like when you guys came back from Cloverstone with that kid, I could. There's this sort of sense that I've always had, you know, where like when there are other tieflings like me in the area, we just get this sort of sense of each other's, like, I don't know, like blood or something. I don't know what exactly it is, but it was rare up until what happened here in Albrook. But that's a family heirloom gone. That's let alone an ancestor gone. And I just don't know what to do about that now.
Well, I can't really speak for that sort of thing. I don't. My family's ancestry is pretty simple and straightforward, but you are your own person when it comes to all of this. You're not what this ancestor is or wants you to become, for that matter. Your path is your own. Just like my path is mine. And the ones traveling with me, their path is theirs. And if they, their choices are their own. Not some preordained thing. We always have a choice.
That ain't a bad way to think of it. It's just one of those things that always stayed with me, and yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You know what, Shimamura? My old the old crew I used to run with, I think they like you a lot.
Well, let's see. So, quick question. I don't think he knows. I'm trying to rack my brain here, remembering. Is he aware of us being able to see like the past events and stuff with the rubies?
Well, he did so himself the one time, if you remember.
Right.
To show,
Right.
you know,
Okay. Well, given what I've seen of them, it's I'm glad to hear that. I think we would too. Foreshadowing.
I'm going to DM you something real quick.
Yes. The other thing, I think, I don't know if it may be coincidence or if just like the name is similar. Do you know a Zeke?
Zeke. I knew an Ezekiel, and I started calling him Zeke. He was he's one of the guys that ran with me and Raggy and Fang and
Lightning magic?
His late highness. Yeah, lightning was his specialty, just like Fang.
So, before we reached you, we saw him in this battle. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but for whatever somehow, he was sent careening off the edge of the bridge, towards like the bank of the river.
No shit. I thought that lightning bolt I heard was a little too it seemed like a little too unnatural. Oh my god. So, funny thing about Zeke is that back then he was the shyest kid imaginable. Like he was so shy, and we had to like talk, and like me and old Raggy, we had to do a lot of encouraging for him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Zeke, as much as he studied, he was the toughest and strongest out of all of us. But there's only one thing that he was more of but how do I put this? His his shyness was only beat by his clumsiness. Imagine being so powerful, but a complete klutz. But the dude's tough as nails. He just wouldn't stop.
I think this is the second time we've actually run into him. Back.
Oh yeah.
Back
I
when
heard he took up the...
we went to Cloverstone, we encountered him while hunting down what's his name, Spellhammer.
Yeah.
We ran into him again, and well, needless to say, he was quite the cliffhanger, and
yeah, that sounds like him.
yeah,
He's really clumsy, but we. Oh man, how little things change. I heard he took up the bounty hunting life, but
I think there was someone in the orc camps that may have been one of the bounties, but for whatever reason, I don't know if he was able to collect on that or not.
Dude's an enigma. I'm sure he's found his purpose out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But shame I didn't get to see him again. That would have been a hell of a good reunion.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, I think I've taken enough of a break on my back to help these folks out. But that being said, thanks again.
No problem.
I do feel a bit better over it.
That's good. If you'd like, feel free to stop by the Shimomura Forge later. Well, if you need any repairs or anything, I might be able to fix up something for you.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, kiddo.
And that.
Get back to helping some of the folks out.
Yeah. All right, Anri, do your thing.
Yeah, Anri was just gonna go check up on Alistair.
He is moping.
So I'm assuming he's just sitting in the rain.
Yeah.
Anri is going to probably sit down for the first time since the battle next to him, and suddenly realize how tired she was.
You're not injured at all? Nothing that needs to be looked at. I can get Kanari if you need.
I think I'll be all right. Just a blow to the head, but I think I'll manage. Wasn't she the one who helped me with it before? I'm sorry, my memory's a little hazy.
It's all right. It's a lot has happened today. But if I remember correctly, Radagus was your friend. He betrayed you?
Radagus was a hired hand in our family for about... what was it? Going on about 6-7 years now, I would say. He was a sellsword that offered his services to Household Truda, and my father brought him in. He always took care of us, safeguarded us, and made sure that, we were generally kept as safe as could be.
And he never did anything to seem untrustworthy? I'm going to be honest, he doesn't look trustworthy, but I've never seen him out of the armor.
I'm not. Neither have I, honestly. He just sort of became, in a way, relatively part of the family. Just he was my father's coin, not mine. So I just we just sort of became partners when we needed to go on more dangerous business excursions on father's behalf. And I don't know how I'm going to report this to him now.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about how to respond to that.
And there's... So this fellow, this Radagus, just came to your family one day and just showed up, swore his sword to you, and has been playing the role of your protector this entire time?
Not so much. Father met him somewhere. I think must have been on an excursion to Baronish.
And assuming he was always planning to do this, he's been playing the long game this entire time. For fuck's sake.
Sorry.
What'd you say, Solar?
Basically, Anri.
She's
For
just
fuck's sake.
just speculating aloud. Just like, yes, my thoughts exactly. And in recent months, I've begun to wonder just what good my father truly has been out for. And I hate being on the fence with this as I am, because it's because of my actions, or rather some of my inactions. I feel it drove my brother away. And ever since then, I've just been questioning myself.
Sometimes in doing what we want, we end up pushing family away. Regardless about how we feel about them.
I know the old adage about sins of the fathers, but what if my family knows? What if my family says they know best, but only for the benefit of themselves?
Sorry. I just think... I think I've asked that question once too.
That's so?
Yes. In truth, I can say that I've never really wanted to define myself. Such things. I don't want other people to define me. I want to choose... I want to choose for myself what I'm going to be. And I think you're in the same position. You may have made a mistake here, but we all do that.
Yes. So maybe I just won't report this to my father. I'll be honest, the most that I would like is to... When I agreed to help run his business, I always wanted to do so with the people in mind, finding ways to help them as best I can. But that means having to grit my teeth and go with the flow, as it were, with whatever methods father uses, until the time comes when I can start making changes of my own. But the only change that I want is for my siblings and I to be more of a family and not just objects, not just liaisons to his will. Right. I think that does it, he says as he stands up, looking across the riverside, and says, I'm not going to let this stand. First thing is first. If it means standing against Rodargus, I need to make this right. Because if I can make things right, then maybe I can bring my brother home.
Your brother? Right, I don't think we've met his way.
Yes. His name's Zephyrus. And he left the countryside proper some time ago. A number of months, actually.
I see.
My days oft consist of when I haven't been traversing around the countryside on business. My off time, shall we say, is doing my best to console Imralia, which is the two are twins, I should say, and the two of them were the closest in the world until he decided to leave.
I see.
And
So,
neither me nor Imralia have been the same since.
I see. Well, mind if I ask one question?
Suppose so.
Your father, you said you were collecting Gideon rubies.
Yes.
Well, why? Do you have any idea what he could be doing with them? Was this his plan all along? I mean, how is he linked to all this?
In earnest, some of the Gideon Ruby action is partially my idea. You see, he has used an unethical means all this time to, in his very unethical means to craft his magic weapons, and I thought in harnessing the power of Gideon rubies, we could have borrowed some of that energy to use as a substitute instead. But now that I've seen what these things can do, I am back to square one.
I see.
And if Radagis is the one who wanted them for his own means, then then whoever it is he's really working for is not something I can abide by.
Very well. I was simply asking because you'll have to forgive me, but I suspect for a moment that your father might be working still.
Say that again, Solar.
Sorry. She said,
You'll have to forgive me that I was suspecting for a moment that your father was working with Radagis still. You don't think so, then?
All the more reason to not inform him of what happened. If I act on my own accord, then I can take them both by surprise. Just in case that is the case.
Indeed. Well, I'm not sure if... I can say for one thing, I'll probably continue to look into the case of Radagis. That is, if my friends still want to do that. But I really do hope you come out on top of all this, because...
she kind of stands up and stands closer to him.
You're all right, Alistair. For a noble, I mean.
At least one of us thinks so.
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal.
Thank you. And what was your name again?
Oh, Anri Hughes.
Been quite insightful, Anri. Something about your accent that just instills the notion that you do know what you're talking about.
This is a pretty common accent. I like to think most people know what they're talking about.
That's
Right.
a bluff.
Yeah, Solar, why don't you roll me a bluff?
All right.
Roll me some of that fat bluff check.
19.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you again. I have much to think about now.
Me too. So long as you're all right.
She will give him a small punch on the shoulder, friendly one, and go away over to Kanari.
Yes. Kanari has been leaning on the tree on the side facing away from this lot, just kind of listening in, taking things as they were discussed. Puts an arm around Anri's shoulders, and if she accepts it, and starts walking us away.
Yeah, Anri will accept it.
So, one more player on the board, I guess. The Ortruders. Isn't that who we're supposed to be delivering that package to?
I think so. But, well, from what it sounds like, Alistair's father isn't the best fathers. Who would have thought?
That seems to be a running theme, I'm afraid.
Unfortunately.
What sort of read did you get off of him?
He seems to mean well, but doesn't know how to do well.
Another running theme, I suppose. Lots of people out there trying to make the best of what they've been given and not hurt anyone along the way.
Yes, I suppose.
Does make me wonder about our friend Zeke as well.
Yes, I'm kind of wondering about him. And if he's going to try and arrest me again.
You'll have to get through me.
Well,
But
I
sure-
never doubted that. It's just a matter if he's going to die before he tries. He does.
Pardon me.
Flipping the coin.
Flipping the coin. Sorry. Random coin fell out of Anri's pocket.
You're good.
Startling everyone in attendance.
Sorry.
No, you're
You're
good.
fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, he could be halfway to Placefram by now, as far as I could tell from his last appearance. But, I'm sure we'll deal with him when he arrives. Don't worry.
Yes. Well, I'd like to try and explain things to him.
Oh, of course, that was never a concern.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're going to explain things to him. Might just have to hold him down first.
Yes. Well, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
I'm sure he'll fall off it.
Well,
If this goes according to how things have up till now, the bridge will be on fire when we get there. Someone will be screaming on top of it at us, and then it'll be up to us to save the people on the other side of the bridge.
Ah. You forgot that the water is filled with sharks below.
Oh, I was thinking acid, but no.
Oh,
Acid sharks.
acid sharks!
Acid
Freaking sharks with acid lasers on their heads.
Well,
Freaking
acid
laser
dragons are a
beams.
thing.
Oh, yeah, them
Ooh.
too.
Black dragon sharks.
Jesus Christ.
That's how you know you're having fun, Anri.
Jesus Christ.
You know, Kanari, there was something I wanted to tell you.
Go on. Would you like to get out of the rain? Should we wait for Shizuki, or is this something you wanted to discuss?
No, it will be. Do you remember the time when you asked us why we were fighting?
Yes, I was wondering about that.
And I told you that I would be fine dying just so long as I had a gun in my hand?
Yes.
I said that because I didn't think, well, this little adventuring group we've got here was going to last very long, given our line of work. It's not that I didn't think any of you were going to die. It's knowing my position. I never really thought I would stay like this.
She says, kind of pained expression.
But ever since this morning, I'm not sure I believe that anymore. Because I'll tell you one thing, when I got slashed in the back by that gigantic creature, whoever that was, I was terrified.
I know. We had message up, remember? I was there. I heard everything. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you faster.
I'm sorry for worrying you.
It's not how it works, love. This is the business we're in. Death is our business. Danger is our business. That was what I was trying to impress on you all back in Cloverstone. This is how it's going to be from now on. If there are more of those rubies out there, the armies of ages, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
I know that now.
Sorry you had to find out the way you did.
No, it's fine. It was probably better it happened sooner or later. I'm just glad this
Kind of, you know, sort of gestures to everything in general.
isn't over yet. And, very least, I'm not deterred. I've got a few more rounds in me.
And a few more rounds in your gun.
And a few more rounds. Well, that's what I meant the first time. Yeah. Bold of you to assume Anri wasn't making a gun reference.
That says a lot about you, Anri, and for whatever it's worth, I've always been glad to have you by my side, but this... Knowing that there are people who are willing to go to the brink of death and keep fighting from there does a lot to restore my faith. I just hope there are more out there who are willing to fight the same way you are, not just roll over and accept the worst when it comes, or run from it.
Well, you could say for me this is running. But even so, I'm going to stand with you. That's not going to change. For as long as my life will let me, at least, I will.
I think there comes a time for every battle, and we don't necessarily need to fight them all at once. And if running from one battle puts you in a more advantageous position for the next one, this one, yeah. And you know you'll have my support when it comes time for whatever the reckoning is on the one you're running from.
You know, I hope so too.
Well, you don't have to hope, I'm telling you.
Sorry. Wrong choice of words.
Thank you, Kanari.
Don't worry. This is what we're here for, right? This is what friends do.
Right. Speaking of, I think we should probably go find our own.
Yes. And hopefully not drag any more of them from the brink of death. I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this in confidence. I'm worried about she.
Really?
She was dead.
I know, I was holding her in my arms. I think there's any lasting effects.
I'm afraid she's the only one who can tell us that. Can't have been painless, I imagine. But we'll let her address that in her own time with us if she wants to.
Indeed.
At which point you spot her coming in you guys' direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, went ahead and checked in with went ahead and checked on Maleo. It seems he's doing better after everything, but this rain, you know?
Yes, you should be glad I'm not staying with you lot. I'm going to smell like a wet dog until tomorrow morning, at least.
I'm sure. What's that spell called? The something something or other.
Yes, prestidigitation, but you know.
You guys will still have a wet dog, though. Kai's gonna be there.
Yeah. Plus, we got Kai. You know.
I'll definitely make sure to clean him up before I go. Did Maleo have any insight on who these people might have been, or anything else?
She's going to take a look around at the square. He did, but that's probably a conversation for non-listening ears. I'll fill y'all in on the details later.
Understood. Any other business that you had out here, or?
Not out here, but gonna turn and look at Anri. I was thinking of, after everything here, maybe fire up the forge, let off some steam.
Oh God, I thought you'd never ask.
She's
Well,
going to smile
know I've got
lightly.
at least one.
Huh?
Nope, go on.
I was just saying that she's going to smile at that and then turn, look around, and spot Kai in the distance. Gonna wave him down and beckon him over because he's probably too far to...
Oh shit, I didn't even realize it was on the map. Scroll
He's gonna,
down.
like, whistle.
Fuck
Yeah,
a whistle!
That's why I was asking whether or not you'd just been hanging out at the gate the whole.
Yeah.
I wasn't here when we loaded up the map. I didn't even notice I was on it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He's just a good boy.
It can work for it works fine, so
Yeah.
no worries.
Noom. All right, Kai, we're heading back to the forge. You want to see me make some weapons?
Make it more.
Yes. Yes. Just
All right.
tail wags.
I think Sorren was off. He went off somewhere.
Head tilt.
Oh, we'll show up when he does, I suppose. What do you say? Let's get out of this rain.
Quite, yes.
All right.
Two helpings of wet dog.
Yep.
And you all make your way back to
Shaka 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 shaka.
to Casa de Shimamura.
Let's see. All
And
right.
low out of the rain.
Yes, yes. So with that, I was were Sorren and Kanari privy to the forge area? Have they ever been down there? I can't remember.
I don't think I was.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, go ahead, Cygnus.
No, I was just going to say, I think I kind of was milling about out front when your father showed it to you and possibly Anri when the gun discussion happened.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing it.
Okay.
I imagine we were all down there, sort of setting up our places. Went off to do other things, and you probably showed us around a little bit. Those who hadn't been down there, so.
Okay.
That would probably have been me and Kai at the time, if Kanari didn't also come down.
Well, you know what? And just gonna stretch, crack her fingers, and What do you say, Anri? I think we put that forge to good use and craft one of those firearms. What do you say?
Yes. Though, I've got to be honest, I'm running on a little low on money for parts.
I got you covered. and Shizuki will provide. Where is the exact numbers for the craft firearms at 1/3 base price? Yes. So, what do you want to make, Solar?
Ooh. I don't know. What you feeling, She?
Well, we have. So, from my understanding, we only have access to the early firearms, correct?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, I'm thinking. Let's do.
Well, there was a whole discussion about my equipment, so
Yeah.
you just have to find me first. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
think
Soren,
Kanari's in the queue for that as well.
are you still out and about at the moment, Sorren?
so far as they know, yes.
Okay.
Let's
good.
do let's do a fucking dragon pistol.
Sure. That sounds fun.
Yeah. All right. So that'll be
Anri and She trying to recreate the rapidity of the rifle, but not sure how to make a rifle.
You
So
guys
they
are
come
gonna
up with
have
their
to
own
pick it apart.
design. No!
Do it.
Take it apart only so much as it can be put back together.
Yes. Precisely. So dragon pistol then.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. For parts, that would be 1,000. That'll be 333 gold pieces.
Cool.
Breakdown a weapon to learn its enchantment. All right. 333. That'll bring me down to 5201. Boom. Okay. That'll be for costs and parts and things there. All right. I'm just gonna make a craft check.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have craft firearms specifically, so Anri will have to make the main check.
Sure.
But- So I'll just do an aid.
For the record, I would never break down Dawnbreaker. That was my favorite weapon in Skyrim. So
So a +2.
Oh shit. Right. So what check do you make for crafting firearms? Because
See, the
I
weird
have
thing
one-
is that I don't think it actually is.
oh,
It's like they wanted to make it so it was like their class. So like you could just kind of do it. Because guns are are pretty much the purview of gunslingers only usually. Because it says, yeah, right here, benefit. You do not need to make craft checks to create firearms and ammunition or to restore firearms.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
oh,
It's because it's the purview of gunslingers specifically. It's almost kind of like their like, a wizard doesn't have to make a craft check to craft his spells, right? Same thing,
Yeah,
basically.
that's true.
Fair
That's
enough.
oh, right, okay.
So it
So
says
we don't
crafting a
actually-
firearm in this way takes one day of work for every 1,000 gold pieces of the firearm's price.
Yep.
And you need half the price of the firearm to make it.
Not with the forge. We have 1/3.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah,
the benefit
okay,
of that.
right.
You could do that with your cartridges and shit too, which is 10% right now. So is it 3% of the price right now?
Well,
What's the
I
price
think,
of making
I think it
ammunition?
was just
So cartridges are alchemical cartridges are half price,
Which is now third
and
price.
and so are metal cartridges, which is the next thing I was going to try making. Oh, that's going to be fun.
So
the forge
And it takes
doesn't...
1 day for every 1,000 gold pieces of ammunition. So for every 1,000 gold pieces worth of shit you're going to make, it'll take you a day.
Yep. So the dragon pistol will take 1 singular day.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll make ammunition tomorrow then. And yeah.
Boom.
Haha.
All right. So a dragon pistol
And
has been made.
Anri and She are getting experimental.
Shimamura has made its first firearm.
Yes! It begins. All right. I think with that in mind, Kanari, you were wanting a piece of armor made, correct?
Said he would be right back.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it's a good time for a pee break.
Yeah, I suppose that would be appropriate. Give me just
Alright,
a second.
yeah.
We'll do a quick
5 minute
tea break.
Pee break.
Pee break. Okay.
Did I start the exodus?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I
I've
just
just been sitting here in silence.
had to make a quick bathroom run, and I get back and everybody's gone. So
Bathroom break.
yeah.
That might have been my fault. They were getting ready to start something up with you, and I said, "Hey, he'll be right back." And then maybe it was just... Well, I'm sorry.
You
No,
right?
it's not your fault. I'm just saying. Obviously, I picked the worst possible moment.
Sometimes the bathroom calls.
And it was desperately.
Sometimes.
It calls from the depths.
All right. Hey, return.
If your bathroom's in the depths, you've got bigger issues.
Lot of them. Like, how do you get out?
An excellent question.
That's the neat part. You don't.
So he's talking to us right now from the bathroom, is what I'm taking out from this conversation.
So, Kanari,
Mm-hmm.
you were wanting a piece of armor crafted, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have an interesting little bit of...
that quick RP thing.
Sure.
And at this point, I think we're good to start on like the downtime stuff that people were wanting to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's another little bit of fun, which I might... I don't think I can use your forge for it, but maybe an adjacent space.
What's up?
I have craft wondrous items now. So...
So, I have a thing. I would like to request from you, if that is okay.
Sure.
May I please have a headband of wisdom?
Let me see what the requirements are for that.
Give me a headband that makes me smarter.
Make me more perceptive.
Please. Aren't you already rocking like a 15 perception?
15
Well, plus
perception,
15.
yes.
Yeah.
But that's because I've got full ranks in it, and
Gotcha.
+4 wisdom.
Okay.
And you want more
More.
wisdom?
Yes, because my AC is tied to my wisdom score.
Ah.
Well, I thought Brawler still wore light armor and
I'm
got
a
dodge
monk.
bonuses.
I have wisdom AC from monk.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, now I see.
Now I see. Indeed.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. In fact,
yes,
I might actually be able to get a bracers of armor would probably be good for me as well, for that matter.
Yeah.
I used those as well. I mean, very helpful.
Yep.
Very,
Just
very helpful.
what? I assume you're looking for a +2.
Yes, just a +2 for right now.
Sure, I can make that happen.
Yes.
It's... Yeah, I do have that spell. Technically, it's on my list.
If it's on your spell list, I think you should be able to do it.
Yeah, I think it's...
I think it's just free at that point because you have it. Well, not the item free, but you don't have to buy the scroll.
Yeah.
Well, it is a spell that I could conceivably cast. It is not one of the ones that is on my spell list, but I can buy the scroll and do that.
Yeah. All right. So craft.
So
Write it down.
Write it
Luz,
down.
Not a
Write it
spell.
down.
Not a spell on his spell list. Write it down.
Well, it is on his spell list. He just can't learn it. He just hasn't learned it yet.
Yes.
Write it
Well
down.
said.
Write it down. Still important information.
So yes, let
That
me
means
invoice
he has
you.
to learn his spells. He doesn't just get access to them, so it's not divine.
Yeah, it's not divine. He is an arcane spellcaster in this regard.
See,
Anyway.
we're getting it. We're
Yeah.
gonna take all the hints.
All right. So with that, I'm gonna subtract 3,000 from that, or 2,000 rather, to craft. Have you craft that and.
Okay.
All right. Are we all back and ready to go?
I never left.
I am back.
It was lonely.
Yeah. All right. So let's transition that back over. Oh, all right. So, on that note, let's. I was thinking of doing like a quick thing with Kanari for the armor thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, just I'll be kind of hanging around the front of the shop, knowing that this is coming, while you and Anri are back there exclaiming over the wonders of firearms.
Yes.
Oh, isn't it great to pursue the arms race?
Oh yeah.
Shimamura has made their first gun.
Yes, the first
Yes,
gun.
indeed.
With careful with careful precision and gentleness, Shizuki and Anri will walk out, each one with one hand on the crafted gun as they place it down on the table.
Both
And with
of them
that-
just marveling.
And with that, the first firearm of the forge. Take a look, Kanari.
Oh, well, you girls look like you were having fun. Look at how shiny that is.
A big old mark on the side Shimamura made.
Yep. It's got a big. We got a bit of a bigger little insignia brand to make that one. So it's like a
bigger
big
little insignia.
Shimamura thing right on like
Bigger or little?
the
Got it.
handle.
Mm-hmm.
Burn it right into the wood handle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very fine craftsmanship. So, how does this one differ from the other ones that that Anri's been carrying around so far?
Well.
Well,
Do you want to explain?
I don't know. We'll find out when we shoot it.
We'll find.
Does it shoot lightning? Does it shoot fire? Maybe it shoots.
well,
Would,
where this one goes, where mine goes bang bang, this one goes bang bang bang.
This one goes. Brrrat, brrrat.
This one
The
goes.
thing goes skidoo pop pop.
Pap, pap, pap.
So, for mechanical reference, it fires a 15-foot cone with pellets and a
It's a
10-foot range
shotgun.
increment when firing a bullet.
It can be used as a shotgun.
Yeah,
It's basically a
it's
handheld shotgun.
yeah, it's the Hunter's scattergun from Bloodborne.
Oh my god.
Basically, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a short it's a short barrel shotgun basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well-
short that you can see the end of the shell.
I
There's a
think of it
problem.
not quite as a pistol and more as a hand cannon.
Well, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of it. Let's put it that way.
Well,
Nicely done, the two of you.
In the interim, though, what's on your mind, Kanari?
Well, you know, I've been studying the carvings and the statues that we've been seeing along the way, the sort of older Oni styles of armor. And, you know, I'm no smith, but it seemed to me that there was a very interesting design that we could potentially use to make reasonably light armor while affording a little more protection than the usual studded leather or, you know, what I'm wearing.
Right.
They use these interlocking plates layered between layers of cloth. So I picked up a, you know, small amount of mithril while we were in Cloverstone, and I was wondering if you'd be curious to try experimenting in that style. Maybe something else to add to the Shimamura brand, if we can make it work.
I'd be up for that. Well, let's see.
That's more your expertise, but happily watch.
Hmm?
I've got some rough sketches of the design that I was able to pull out of the various, you know, murals and things we were seeing.
Okay.
And she lays them out for you.
All right. So, what is this armor?
Okay, so it is a mithril Kiko. I believe just the thing by itself. No plus ones, no any of that. Just I will.
Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, I am not at the level where I can enchant armor yet.
Right.
I'm not such a master forge that I am literally magical when it comes to that sort of thing. Let me see here.
Yes.
that?
Kiko armor.
I just linked it for you in the chat.
Perfect. All right, so it's medium armor, and it was mithril, so it's 4,000, 4250. Just gonna do. All right, so altogether for materials, it's gonna be 1416 gold pieces. You
Yep,
could
which
just
I
round it up to
believe
17
I
if you
already
want.
paid.
Huh?
Based on my record keeping on this end, I already paid that when I picked up the mithril.
Yeah. All right.
So
on
should
that,
be good.
let's see. Okay.
Unless you'd like to charge for labor, but
So you picked up the mithril for that cost, right?
yeah.
Okay. So I think the only thing left would be just the price of the armor itself, which would be crafting the armor itself. 83 gold pieces for that.
Okay. She hands
I'll
you
just
a
need that
small
for
satchel.
parts and labor.
Fair enough. So yes, she does hand you the small satchel of gold with that amount.
All right, good deal. Well, Kanari, would you like to step into the forge and help us out?
I
Gotta
would
get
love
your
to.
Measurements.
All right. So, crafting armor. That's gonna be. And I'll use my Traveler's Any tool with that, because it is a thing that I can do here. Okay.
And I will assist as best I am able. I'm not trained in this, but
That's fine. That's fine. In fact, I don't even need to roll for it. I can just take 10 because it's we're not in any rush. First day. There we go. Boom. So altogether,
Solid.
it'll take probably 5 days actually to complete that because it's 1 day for every 1,000. Okay.
Okay.
So I can just take 10 every single day on that
Solid.
with your assistance. And
So is that is it 1,000 per day for the actual cost or for the reduced cost
for the
from the
actual
forge?
cost? So 4250. It'll take 5 days total to craft
Gotcha.
that. In the meantime, there's probably enough space here for you to be able to do wondrous item crafting as well.
Sure.
So I've seen this in the magic item markets every so often. You're a magic caster, but do you craft magical items as well?
I've been picking up the tips and tricks along the way, stopping in at the stores we've passed through and seeing the make and the various forms of craftsmanship, and I think I could craft you at least a couple of things. What are you looking to make?
Two things actually. I've seen the bracers that magical casters will wear from time to time that gives them some form of protection. I was thinking one of those.
Ah, yes.
And
Yes.
one of those headbands that help with perceptiveness.
Well, I'm not sure that you need one, but I'm happy to help.
Well, given
You seem to be doing great.
given everything that we've encountered recently and how hard they've been hitting me, I think I would prefer to have it rather than not.
Sure. And yeah, looking at your castus, I'm fairly certain we could fit the braces of armor underneath. They're very simple, metal or leather bands that just go over your wrists.
All right, perfect. All right.
So were you thinking a +2 for each of those?
Yes. Yes. +2 on that. So 2,000 for each of those. 4,000 total. Boom. All right. I have paid the cost.
All right. Now I need to go look at the magic item creation rules.
Basically
We're
the
all gonna
same
be
thing
here for
as
like a
me,
week.
but instead of craft, it'll be spellcraft.
Mm.
Yeah. You can
Okay.
take 10 on it just fine. As long as
Okay.
you're able to make the DC on that.
I should. I just need to remember what. Give me a sec.
Do you have mage armor?
Yes.
All right. You should be good on the bracers of armor. I believe the DC for that is 10 plus the caster level, which is 7. So taking 10.
Yes, I can take 10 on that.
Yeah, you can do that. And then headband of inspired wisdom, caster level 8th. You don't have Owl's wisdom, so that'll add +5 to the total. Can you make a DC of 23
I'll have to roll for it.
when taking 10?
No,
What can you get to with taking 10?
20.
Okay. That'll just be crafting at the end. Or spell crafting, rather. I think we've ruled it in our games that when magic item crafting, it's you roll the check each day, and
You see how much progress you make.
yeah, so it would be similar to mundane item crafting. Instead of like
Yeah,
making
that
one
sounds
check
about
at the end to determine whether or not it's created or destroyed and wasted. I think it's just like once every day we make the check.
And if you fail on that day, you just didn't make any meaningful progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
Okay.
that's, yeah.
That works
So
for
we
me.
can- So we can never truly fail. It's just more it'll take longer.
Yeah, it just takes
Yeah,
more
so
time.
you're not wasting 36,000 gold in the end game for.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck that.
No, that's the real
Appreciate
gotcha.
it. Oh,
Real gotcha.
Gotcha.
So-
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Can I save scum that roll? I don't want to make it.
that is the voice of someone who has played classic CRPGs.
Oh yeah. That's someone who played Wrath of the Righteous just a couple of weeks ago.
Quick save.
Yep, quick save.
Quick save, and then try to do something to get the random number generator to come up different, so I get a different result.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
That's someone who plays a lot of XCOM.
This is
I saw a picture of that recently. The guy's gun was right in the alien's face, and it said 65% chance to hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, that's about right.
anyone who's played like a Fire Emblem game can tell you. You have 99% crit, it's going to fail. The enemy has 1% crit, it's going to succeed every time. Don't
Yep.
ask questions.
Yep.
When they get a double, if double crits.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it.
The way that I look at it, every shot is a 50-50 chance. Either you hit them or you don't hit them.
In my eyes, it's a 1%. And by the way, you're falling on the 0 side every time.
I also thought this was called
Always.
the charisma build in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
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 Yep, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I found it. It was on my
If
phone.
there's a chance to fail, you're going to hit it. Like
Mhm.
100% of the time. Don't worry about it.
Yep, there
90%
it is.
of the time, it works every time.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, I think with that we just need to take. I'll just need to take the days to make the armor, so it'll be 5 days total.
Okay.
So the first day was after the battle, and then 5 days of crafting for the mithril Kiko.
Yep. And it
Alright.
should be, if I'm working concurrently with you in the
Yeah.
same space, then it should be after the first 2 days you'll have your braces of armor, and then I'll start rolling for the headband.
All right, sounds good.
So,
Over tomorrow, Anri will also craft some bullets, but that should only take a day.
All right. Boom. Nice.
okay, there's 2. So you now have
Are
your
you
braces.
rolling?
No, I was following Wuten's lead on the armor, where he said,
Yeah,
"Okay, this
he's
is for
taking
the
10.
take 10."
Oh, okay.
Also, I don't know why it's 23 then, because I took 20. I need a drink of coffee or something.
You good? You good?
Okay, so that's you got your braces now, and now I need to start rolling the spellcraft checks for the headband.
Okay. Spellcrafter.
So I need to beat a 23 with this.
Who was carrying the thing we're supposed to be taking to the Pernanias, by the way?
Cassandra, I believe.
Yeah, I believe
yes.
so. That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
It was,
progress for second day.
it was her job, more or less.
All right, 3 days, Wuten.
All right, good deal. That actually lines up perfectly with the
With a
the
Kiko?
mithril armor. So,
Excellent.
all right, I think.
So yes, at the end we
Trade.
just hand them to each other.
Trade you.
Yeah. I'll trade you. She'll turn around with the let me see the Kiko armor. Let's see. Just the hexagonal plates will turn and hold it out to you. I'll trade you.
She dangles the headband above your head.
Oh,
All
Be
right.
careful with how high she can jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your acrobatics?
My acrobatics is a plus 16.
Sweet Jesus.
I will.
Even on a roll of a 1, you can jump like 3 feet in the air.
I'll hand
Or
it to her, and
1.5,
then
I think
I'm
you have
gonna
to have a
roll
running start, so.
acrobatics
Yeah,
to
yeah, I was gonna
jump
say.
my head. I can
Oh.
I can even do it on a nat 1. Jump my head through
Into
the
the
loop
headband.
of the headband and put it
Leaping
on.
headbutt.
yeah.
Excellent. You gain +2 wisdom.
I
You've
suck
jumped
at-
through the hole.
As you jump through the headband, the world lights up. You see more.
There's
You're
like text that
understanding.
when you make your
Oh, yeah.
headbutt into the headband, and some text appears next to you. +2 wisdom.
Ba-ding!
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
this is big brain time.
Diddly-diddly.
Scott Pilgrim style.
Yeah.
The world
This
feels
is big
more
brain time.
focused.
All right. Straight off a receipt. Jesus. Oh, that's great.
You're welcome.
Shit.
You're so welcome.
All right. Okay. I think with that, was there anything that anyone wanted me to craft for them in the next couple of days?
No.
Chaotic, were
I
you
don't
wanting to
know
do
what
that?
items exist in the world.
Were you
What
wanting
are
to do that
items?
thing with your buckler?
Well, the next question is, can you find Sorren?
Well, all right, fair enough. Well, has anyone seen Sorren in the past couple of days?
Well, I'm afraid
Thanks.
I've been here, so...
No, I haven't seen him.
I imagine
Thank
I've
you.
just been watching you guys and fetching things that y'all need.
Hmm.
He
Kai, have you
hasn't been
seen
at the
Sorren in the
inn,
last few days?
Kai? Can you smell Sorren?
I don't know, can I, Goody?
Roll me perception check, Kai.
Alright, okay. What is... I know I rolled it recently. There it is.
So with a nose like that, you don't smell Sorren around, but you do smell something. It smells like deliciousness.
Food. Runs to food.
Well, all we see is Kai sniffs and he runs off.
Yep.
Well, I guess he found him. Let's go.
Found something.
starts running to follow Kai.
All right. So you all leave the sizzling of the forge, but you continue to hear sizzling. You go down the halls, up the stairs. The sizzling's getting louder, but it's not coming from the main forge. It's coming from the kitchen.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Upon the day that you guys finish each other's magic items, or not magic items, each other's items for each other, I should say.
Mhm.
Papa Shizuki's making one of his specialties. He's making fajitas.
Hell yeah,
Whoa.
boy.
Sorry, guys. I got distracted by fajitas. I imagine it's understood.
Completely understood.
Mhm.
So Kai
Jesus.
ran off from the forge. You guys thought he found Sorren, but no, Kai found fajitas, baby.
You know who would really love this? Sorren.
Man, he's missing out on fajitas.
Yeah, he's really missing out.
I'll find him later.
Well, you know what? You all wait up. I'm gonna go find Sorren. And,
You know what? I'll join you.
Well, I'm not going to eat by myself.
You've got Kai.
Oh,
And
of course.
Father She.
Well, of course. But I'd be the only...
I hope that dog has a big stomach if y'all are running out on this.
All right.
Well, those look vaguely man-portable, you know. You just kind of fold them up like this, and you take them on the run.
I'll take one for the road.
Oh, all right. Let me go and set
be
the
right back.
table and everything. All right, fine. Let me just and he's going to have you guys bring over some of your well, basically whatever you want to store your to-go fajitas in. He pretty much just says, you know, bring it on forward, and I'll get you all set it up.
Let's see.
I'll come and help.
I have. I could do with like I could use my mess kit, I suppose. Just to like hold it. I don't know. It's got like fork and knife and whatnot.
Well, I suppose, you know, Guti, you say fajitas. Are tortillas implied?
They could be, yes,
Okay.
but you know,
Brings up
they
questions.
can be. All I'm saying is they can be messy. So.
Have you ever bitten into a taco and it just decided that it wanted to be outside of the tortilla all of a sudden?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Too frequently in my life.
Yep.
Such is the way of these things.
Roll me perception checks, by the way, as you guys are kind of getting a couple of things ready here.
Alright.
23.
Again. Nice.
Nice.
I think this is the second time we've twinned perception checks
I
today.
think so, yeah.
And 26.
Alright.
I mean, since it seems like nobody has any idea of where he is, should we spread out? Each take a segment of the city?
Fair enough.
I think so. You got that.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. But yeah, keep talking. Go ahead. Sorry.
You've got that the message spell up and running?
Yeah, of course. Anytime we're, you know, in more than a 5-foot radius.
That'll work then. We'll just let each other know once one of us finds them.
Okay. So with those perception rolls, you guys notice something a little uncommon especially for you, Shizuki. Something you wouldn't have expected to see. Over on like a side countertop, some would appear to be potions, actually, potion bottles.
Okay.
Those weren't there when you started today, as well as a small little container of sorts.
Okay.
Hey, Dad, what's all this?
Those. Had a friend of yours. I think a friend of yours dropped by earlier today. His name was like Jason or something. He heard that
No.
you guys had a bit of a tussle on the bridge, so he said he made you guys some potions for the road, and also made some brownies, apparently.
Oh no. I don't think it was Jason.
Panic. Anri panic. Anri panic.
Remember
Takes the
PTSD of
potions.
chickens.
How many potions is this?
Actually, I can write it out for you.
All right. Please don't tell me what the potions actually do. Just call them like red potion, blue potion.
I don't want to know what they do.
Too late.
Oh,
That's okay.
jeez.
I'll write them down as red potion, blue potion.
Blue potion.
That works.
Slightly off purple potion.
Yeah, something like that. Magenta.
The potion that smells strangely like baked eggs.
Magenta and sparkles. I don't know what that could be.
I'm sorry, baked eggs?
The one that looks like a lava lamp.
All right.
I don't know
got
what
him.
baked eggs smell like, but okay.
All right.
Neither do I, and then I smelled this potion.
Well, that.
An egg bake. Have you never had an egg bake?
No.
Oh.
No.
I have. It's good.
I have. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys have.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yes.
It's wild.
So what do they smell like?
Eggs that have been baked.
I see.
There's not much ways to describe it.
Just gotta put them in a smoky basement with a little bit of weed, and then you know what a baked egg smells like.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
Damn it.
This guy gets it.
It is Jerry we're talking. So.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
very
is indeed.
likely.
Hmm.
I mean, Jason.
Jason.
I'll be sure to thank Jason next time we see him. And I'll just like raise an inquisitive eyebrow at the rest of the party there. I'll be sure to thank Jason next time we see him.
Anri is sweating.
It's gonna be spiders.
No, the
But
chickens, not the chickens.
outside of that, then the rest of you are gonna head out and make a search for Sorren.
Yep. I'm also gonna help because since
Split up 4 ways, get that message spell up, and
Split up and
let's
look
see what
for
we can do.
clues.
All right. Message
come on,
spelled up,
gang. We need to find Shaggy. He's missing.
The heat is in hand, and you all set across to different areas of town to search for Sorren.
Make sure to mention he's missing fajitas.
Mm-hmm.
Guilt him into
Will.
it. All right. With that, go ahead. I'd assume probably like perception check, Goody.
It's a survival check for tracking, and then perception checks probably to look around town.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have tracking, unfortunately.
So how
That's
do we
just a
want to do
survival
this
check.
as tracking?
Yeah.
Well, Kai, since you're very familiar with his scent,
Mhm.
that would be probably survival for you then.
Okay. Okay. I will roll my
Since it's been a few days, I can probably turn off the rain, actually. It's been a few days.
37.
Whew.
I'm very familiar with the mans.
Okay. So, despite how familiar with that you are with the man's,
No.
you don't detect his scent somehow.
Huh? Gives it another sniff.
Okay.
Just nothingness again, probably. There is concern on Kaya's face.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And with your perception checks, where are you guys looking? Out of curiosity, those rolling perception.
I was just assuming that like Kai was going south, I was going east, Kanari west, and Anri north.
Yeah.
4 cardinal directions.
Split up
go
the
from there.
cards. And then go clockwise, meet up at the intercards.
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that. Something like that.
So y'all are kind of searching around. Kanari, since you were going north,
Well,
you do spot a familiar face that's kind of hanging out around the, just kind of around the north gate as he's just finishing up talking with a couple of guys.
Okay. Do I have Can I get an ID on these guys? Do I have an idea of what they are?
You know one of the faces.
No, there's Jerry.
Found him.
there he is.
There he be.
He's got a massive backpack on his back. Looks like he's probably gearing up to get going in the next few days.
Jinkies.
Goddamn.
Yep, there you go. Well, despite her much stated dislike of Jerry, I think Kanari will wander up and, make her presence known. Hello, hi.
Oh, hey there. You're one of Jack's friends, right? Jack and Cheese friends?
Yes, that's correct. And actually, we'd been looking around for Jack for quite a while. He's missing quite the home-cooked buffet.
He frowns at that. Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you this, Miss. I don't think I got your name. I'm sorry.
Linnell.
Linnell. Linnell, I don't know how to tell you this, but Jack actually left town like 2 days ago.
He did what? Did he say where he was going and why?
I talked with him pretty briefly. So so Jack didn't look himself. He looked really like he was really shaken up. Something was like really shaken up and getting to him. So he told me he was just packing a few things for the road and making for Baronish. And well, we know what that means. It's you go there for 1 to 2 reasons: to make a lot of money or to
disappear.
make way. Yeah. I thought he was with you guys. I'm sorry I had to be the one to tell you.
And you said he has how many days head start?
Must have been about 2 days ago.
All right. Well, that's bad. Speaking as one healer to another, you said he looked not himself. Look, I'm going to cut the crap. We know he's been involved in some sort of pharmaceuticals. Did he look like he was suffering from anything like that? Like that might have affected his decision making?
Well, I've got a keen eye for eyes with that sort of thing, but from what I could tell at the moment, not exactly imbibement induced, but shall we say, but more of like a what's a good word for it? Spooked. Spooked is a good word for it. Like the feeling you get when something's shaking you to the core, and well, you just don't really know how to handle it.
I can imagine. The battle, I'm sure, was difficult for many people.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, where are you headed off to next?
Well, funny enough, I was actually going to be heading in his direction. I was going to see if he wanted to tag along, but he just kind of needed his alone time, I guess. So, if you're following and want to be and don't mind a +1, I'd be happy to come help you look.
As long as it won't be taking you too far out of your way.
No,
I mean, we
not
wouldn't
at
want
all.
to interrupt your legitimate business. And all that.
No, not at all. I'd be. I'm actually on my way to. Well, we should probably cut the crap to tell you what we're working at. But Baronish is actually on the way to where I'm headed. So, if we're off to, get our bud Jack back, then maybe we should throw in our backpacks and lack back. I don't know what that last one means. We should probably get going.
I agree. Let me round up the others, get some food for the road, and we'll be off. Do you mind waiting for us here?
With bells on.
Okay. All right. And at that point, Kanari will sprint back to the assigned meeting place, or at least until we're within messaging range. and let everyone know that that Sorren has skipped town.
Which is very worrying.
Deeply.
Indeed. What? But why?
Kai looks
Jerry?
heartbroken.
The only thing Jerry said was that he looked spooked, as though something had gotten the better of him. I don't know, perhaps the battle? He didn't seem to be, too terrified when we were dealing with Spellhammer and all that, but...
Right.
Well, I would say, maybe he's come disheartened with this quest, but I wouldn't expect him to leave Kai.
You wouldn't think so, would you? Sorry, boy. And Kai will get a reassuring scratch behind the ears. So, what are we thinking? We've done all our crafting here. I know we have an appointment in Baronish as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we head off after him?
Definitely.
Well, I don't have any better ideas. I think we need him. We need to see if he's okay.
Well, let me be honest. I mean, we never really knew too much about his origins. Are we sure this isn't... Well, maybe we'd best be prepared for the possibility that this is some sort of turncoat situation.
Well, I didn't get that sense from him, but...
Neither did I, but... Do you have much other explanation for him just skipping town? Not telling any of us?
Not really.
And I'm not, I wouldn't want to throw him under the carriage too quickly, but... Look, considering everything we've had to deal with the last couple of months... Has it been months at this point?
It's probably been a couple of months at the very least, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've certainly seen that people can be subverted with some ease.
At the very least, I think we should get to the bottom of what's on his mind.
I would rather do that too.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even say goodbye.
No. Well, are we ready to go this evening?
I think so. We'll
More or less?
go ahead and let Cassandra and Ty know what we're doing and what the situation is, and we'll head out first thing this evening.
Okay. Do we want to bring them with us? Leave them here? Incidentally, Guti, how is Ty?
She's so she woke up after the way I'll say with Ty is that she slept for quite a long time. She was kind of weak. Her memory was, she didn't have the most memory of what happened before she passed out, but she's just been taking it easy mostly.
And we can
and just eat, working up a little bit of an appetite here and there.
Yeah, and we can narrate that
low.
Cassandra was sort of tending to her while we did our thing, probably. Sort of explain away the absence of a player in the meantime.
Sure.
But yeah, so we'll probably head back to the forge, let Cassandra and Ty know what happened, and then head on out.
Okay. All right.
Let's get our boy back.
Ty will put on the hat of disguise. Look like a little half elf.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Aww.
Kind of
literally just changes.
Yeah, kind of the still the kind of like how she's depicted, the pointy ear situation, but no horns, regular looking skin.
Nice.
And presumably no gems embedded in the forehead.
Yes, that too.
Just presumably.
Speaking of which, are those like little bits of Genny and Ruby? Is that, relevant to the character, or was it just what you happened to find in terms of profile art?
So you're making your way back out of the city.
Sorry, I always ask the difficult questions.
You're fine. You're fine. Good questions to ask all around.
Left me.
So you guys are
The
making
whole
your way
time
out
we
of
were
town?
waiting and getting ready to go, Kai was just like standing at the door, like how you do when you're waiting for like how dogs do when they're waiting for their master to come home from work.
Oh.
He said he was going to get milk.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
As long as he didn't let me encounter with Truck Coon.
God damn it!
I don't need to be isekai. That would suck. That would not be
Sorren, I want my fucking cereal. Damn it! Come back with the milk.
Getting isekai'd to the regular world.
Oh no!
All right, so let me do a couple of things real quick on my end, everybody.
Sorren wakes up in rural Michigan.
On the Jersey Turnpike.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
He's in an ice bath the whole time.
Damn it, they took both of them.
I can never drink again.
Okay. So, you all make your way north of town, and lo and behold, Jerry's there waiting with a cigarette in his mouth.
Okay. Well, thanks for waiting, Jerry. It looks like we'll be heading out as soon as possible. Do we want to rent a carriage, everyone?
No problem, Linnell. Hopefully we'll be able to, catch up to him. Hopefully he's not moving too fast. He's just one guy without a cart.
Well, and I know okay. So, did we determine what the situation was with our horse and carriage? Had we rented that, or do we in fact own it?
Bought it, I'm pretty
We
sure.
own it, and we gave the horse a name, but I've already forgotten what it was.
Chestnut.
Rip.
Chestnut, there you go.
Chestnut. Okay, so off we go on Chestnut.
I remember.
Suppose.
Okay. And
He's one guy, and he's one guy, but his constitution is a very sturdy boy.
It's true.
I remember he's got like a plus 18 or like an 18.
Plus 18.
Not plus 18. That was me misspeaking.
Well, I mean they do say I can go for hours, you know.
So
Hey.
I understand.
there we go. And so the party casts off with a +1 in tow.
Yeah. Party +1. Off to Baronish.
Is Ty with you guys, or did Ty stay with the Forge?
Ty's coming with us.
Okay, so when you said okay, that was including. Okay, got it.
And as you guys are pretty much booking it out of Albrook on your search for Sorren, if you can all please roll me perception checks, and Kai, in addition, roll me a survival check.
Okay, so perception and survival.
Jesus.
Wanna find my boy?
I'm sorry, Goody, did you say a perception check?
I take a lot of skill
yes.
books.
Okay.
right, so all right, so let's look at some of these. All right. So there is something that you pick up, a somewhat familiar scent of Kai as you guys are making your way forward, and you rush over to the side of a tree, but you don't find Sorren.
Sorren, tree. No.
What you do find instead, what you don't find Sorren, but at the base of this tree, you find this very small shrine. There's a bowl with burnt parchment and some no longer lit candles.
What sort of knowledge check would it be to determine what this is? A religion check, presumably?
I will find out.
Okay.
That would be a religion check, yes.
Hey, I will be happy to make that. Or not. 13.
Okay. So in your studies, I'm going to say that that's probably enough to be able to figure out. This is something from that. This is a sort of practice of people who are I would say understand the followings and teachings of Ion. It's burning parchment with writing to communicate with people long dead. It's a sort of as a sort of tribute.
Got it.
Some of these supplies, Kai, are where some of the parts are some of, well, not parts. The these supplies, Sorren's scent is on them. Is what I'm trying to say.
I paw at them and look at everyone, as to say, you know, this smells like him.
Any idea why he would be trying to communicate with the dead?
Just confusion.
He's never mentioned any
Actually-
relatives or anything.
Did he lose that? Jerry chimes in. He didn't lose that that kid he was traveling with, did he?
No, don't worry. The kid's taken care of.
No, like the first time I met him, there's this kid with him. Just like me, he didn't have a shirt on, and
Shifty eyes.
Small, shaggy head, black hair.
yeah.
Yeah, he got offloaded at an orphanage somewhere.
No idea where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Head pats Kai.
Exactly.
No, blue eyes. Melt the side.
Y'all gonna need to make some bluff checks.
Hold on, I got bluff checks.
That include me too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone who said
Fortunately
something.
for you,
Anyone who said something.
bluff is one of my specialities.
Apparently it's mine too, suddenly.
Anri's getting better at it.
Yeah.
The
Little
best
by little.
fucking bluff check I've
Learning.
made all game.
Woo!
She's learning from Kanari, actually, and
Mhm.
watching.
Subterfuge.
Look at that.
I learned from watching you.
You taught me to lie.
If you're sure, Okay. I'm just worried about him, I guess.
Speaking of which, was there anything written on that parchment?
Would depend on how burnt up it is.
Coincidentally, Kanari, do you happen to have the spell Mending?
Actually, I did just pick that up this level.
Aha, write that down, write that down.
Write that down, write that down!
Little did you know. Little
Reason
did you know.
being, since... So, quick question, just so I understand, like, the arrangement of this. This parchment was burned in, like, a bowl, correct?
At a shrine, from the sound of it.
At a shrine, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would mean that presumably all or most of the pieces of that parchment would still be there.
Mending does say it has no effect on objects that have been warped or otherwise transmuted. If the parchment's been turned into ash, I don't imagine that
and
meant.
A certain amount of it would have gone up as smoke. So,
Yeah.
good thought, though.
Well, I
Actually
mean,
is though.
it could presumably repair the pieces that were like still attached to the parchment, you know, because they're not like.
If it was ripped apart, you could like mend those back together, or if there's like a little bit that's like burnt on the edge, maybe you could fix the burning on the edge. But
The questions we ask of our DMs. Guti, in what condition is the parchment such that we were able to recognize it as bits of parchment, but with the indication that it had been ripped and burned?
Yeah. Would a
Important
mending
question.
spell fix this parchment?
Just because it burns up in smoke, probably would not function that way.
Okay.
All right, fair. Can we fix this spaghetti?
It was a good thought, though.
you know, actually, if you were sitting there cutting your spaghetti up with a fork and then you used mending, you could fix the spaghetti.
Yeah, you could.
Someone doing that as a practical joke, fucking plate of mending, and it always mends your when you try to cut it to eat it, it just puts itself back together.
No!
So, like, if you eat part of it, would it just like unslurp out of your mouth and remerge with the unslurped in the bowl?
Oh.
Ah!
Anyway,
Why do they call it
like
of in
those.
when you of out in go in the food?
Now, see, that is recycling. You don't even have to prepare food again for the next customer. Just,
Yeah, exactly.
get it out of the last one.
I'd like to try it a second time.
Ugh.
Oh.
so inspecting the shrine, Kai, using your same survival check that you made there, you have a better sense of trailing at that juncture. So, if you wish to continue to search, same thing. Everyone roll perception checks and make a survival check.
Okay. Perception. Survival.
Perception. Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
You know,
I rolled
honestly-
high this time.
You know, honestly, that works really well, though. So.
Mm-hmm. So, with those, are you doing anything with the shrine? You're just gonna kind of leave it there.
I was actually thinking we could take the parchment or something from the something that was on him with us to help Kai with his tracking, you know, because it's got his scent on it.
Okay.
That's true. Then I could start adding more scent bonus.
Yeah.
To my survival.
We could take some
depending on how far it gets.
of the unburnt parchment with us.
Okay. So, you guys take some of that with you, and with
Oh, I
that,
haven't been using my track skill. I forgot about that. My survival
Whoops.
check there was actually 4 higher. So
Whoopsie doodle.
32.
But that works even better. So, following that along, following your scent, there's a bit when you, as you're kind of going on the road, your scent just seems to be taking you more and more off the beat path to a point where you probably ought to leave your cart where it is. And if you're going to search for him, because the scent is now taking you into sort of a wooded area. As it is, it might be best to kind of split up in this area to kind of search for where he might be. But you do sense that he's close. So, at you guys' permission, I will use your perception checks for what comes next. If everybody is on board.
I'm good with that.
Me?
Okay. So into this small wooded area, party splits off to kind of spread and search a little. And with Kanari's roll, come upon a bit of a clearing in the woods.
Okay.
And you spot him by a tree.
All right.
Are you sneaking up on me, or?
Well, that's a good question. I see I'm kind of out in the open here, in the middle of this clearing.
You know what? You know what we're gonna say? I'm gonna put you back here, and you can be on this latitude, however you need to manage yourself.
I think, based on what I've heard up till now from Jerry and all that, I'm going to sneak up on him at least until I am close enough that he can't get away easily. So I'll roll that.
Okay.
41.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah! Yeah, boy!
Yeah, there's no chance.
Okay.
It's
He's
okay,
probably just kind of resting under the tree at the moment with his pack by his side.
Okay.
It's just
I am
has
also
his guitar in his he has his guitar in his hand, but he's not playing anything specifically, strumming at it kind of idly.
Okay.
With his hood up over his head.
Okay. So, hopping between rocks in the breaks between, whenever the notes play out, when he's obviously, focused on his instrument, she'll use that opportunity to hop from rock to rock. And then, when we get closer here, she'll drop her fucking cloak, because apparently I'm a goddamn Klingon on top of everything else, and step out from behind the rock. Sorren.
His first reaction is to immediately stand up. He's already got a dagger in his hand. What?
Whoa. It's just
Kanari?
me. It's just me. We were all looking for you. I think everyone's spread out in the forest looking for you. Jerry told us that you'd hightailed it for Berenice.
So not only are you a goddamn witch, you also have the nose of a bloodhound. Unless, I guess, the one that sat there and brought you guys out this far. I wouldn't put it past him. Maybe I didn't think that one all the way through.
Well, I've been,
His pose
known
is now more relaxed, but his dagger is still in his hand.
She's keeping her distance. She's got a fairly relaxed posture, but her arms are spread. She's not carrying any weapon of her own. Well, I take it this was calculated then. You certainly seem to have made some decisions about where we stand. Articulate as ever.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Said articulate as ever.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently I can't speak all that well either, seeing as... well, that's just how things seem to fucking go.
That was in character, for the record.
Yes, and
Another
so was mine.
Okay.
So... Not only have I been... Listen, Rat, if you and everybody else is going to keep on going after this demon king or whatever the hell's going on and all that kind of thing going there, that's fine by me. You were right. There was you were right. There's when you went all on about how things were going to get sticky, how things were going to get bigger than we could think back in Cloverstone. Seems you were damn well right, weren't you? One would almost think you knew what was about to happen.
Well,
so why don't you tell me what's happening? Why don't you tell me what's going on with these things? She literally dying in front of me. These monsters, these creatures. I should expect that you might know about dark creatures, though, I guess. Shouldn't put it past you now.
Well, first off, let me reassure you that I'm not acting in collusion with these demons. They're as much a threat to my employers as they are to everyone else. I just happen to be...
Employers, right, that's right. You did say something about that at some point, didn't you?
I've been very upfront about that. Not that anyone's asked me about it, but... Yes, I'm a little bit better informed as to the threat than perhaps the rest of you are. But it's exactly what I said when we were confronting those people in the courtyard. They think they're bringing back some ancient empire, that they're going to reestablish some sort of utopia on Earth, that the horrors of war and politics were somehow better 1,000 years ago than they were and are today. They're fools. They're fools.
And sounds like something far above my pay grade. All this magic and all this nonsense and all this... I thought it was all done with Spellhammer. I thought that man was the one that was causing all those problems for those people. It was, to be fair, I mean, he's sitting there, he's digging something up. Those damn little rubies that everybody's all on about.
Yes, which have in turn blossomed into soldiers, because apparently they're all independent prisons. That was a shock to me as well.
He's got his head in his hand for a second there. He's just sort of rubbing his temples.
So what's the plan, Sorren? Are you just going to run?
Well, what the hell else are you supposed to do in the face of something like that?
Fight. Win.
And to have a hole punched through my chest like she was? I guess you were lucky something happened when Ty had some kind of strange power, something going on with her, but no sir, I don't plan on dying, not anytime soon. Not before I've had the chance to sit there and do everything I've needing to do.
I respect that. I'm not interested in dying before my time either. But listen to me.
How? How am I supposed to trust you? How? I want to trust your words. I can feel it. But that damned magic of yours, I watched what happened. I watched those dead stand because you commanded them.
So that's what this is about. All right. I'm an open book. What do you need to know? Explain to me why you are worried about this.
I don't know if I'd expect you to understand, but anytime black magic becomes involved with just about damn near anything, actually, anything, never ends well. Never. Not for anybody that's involved, not for anybody that knows anybody. Not even just being in the damn general area of it. People who use it are cursed. I'm surprised. Well, I mean, some might think you look like a monster, but...
Oh, she will bristle at that.
At least you haven't sat there and your skin started wrinkling and cackling like a mad woman over a damn cauldron of children. At least you haven't gone that far, at least as far as I know.
I would never hurt a child. Now maybe you can explain to me what reason I have given you for any distrust. It's magic. It's the same as using a ball of energy out of your hand to light up the sky.
Is
Those
it though?
bodies, yes,
Is it really?
yes. Those bodies are empty. They're matter. There's no souls attached to them. Nothing. I just happen to be particularly skilled in weaving enchantment into their flesh as I am in healing the ones that I've already that aren't dead yet. So what happened, Sorren? Help me understand. I know not everyone has the same view on this as I do. There's a reason I haven't exactly been casting this willy-nilly whenever I can, but you've never struck me as a particularly religious type. I thought you'd understand that it was necessary in the moment to protect us from those... whatever that creature was that had you and Ty.
And that's what someone who would use black magic would say, though. Try to justify their actions. Oh,
Well,
it's
what else am I
necessary,
supposed
they
to
say.
do?
Well, I guess, not. That's why, when it comes down to it, I guess running was the better option, wasn't it? That way, I guess I wouldn't have to do something that'd be considered necessary, I guess.
And when this Imperium is re-established and all of the kingdoms of Vera have fallen and they set their sights further and they come across the sea to wherever you came from, do you think they're going to be any better prepared than this lot?
Better than me.
So that's it. You're going to run forever. You're never going to get anything done forever. And just sacrifice everything to them the whole way down. You've seen what they're willing to do. Do you think that for even the barest moment, they're going to let people like you do anything? Any of those things you said you want to. Give you a chance to lead any sort of life. Did you miss the murals in all of those temples where your people and Shizuki's people and Anri's people were slaves? Do you think they're going to give you a better chance? An opportunity to do something different? At least this way you have the opportunity to decide your own fate.
Why me, of all people?
Why
Well,
any of us?
And even now, I can't be certain if it's your actual that are swaying me. Nothing ever good ever fucking comes of it, ever. Nothing good ever comes of any of it. Nothing good ever comes of that. Nothing good ever comes from people fighting. Nothing ever good. Just ah! He just throws his dagger on the ground and he just kind of. Ah! And at this point, I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to get away from any of you either.
Well, I know Kai's around, and he's had your scent for a while, so even if you abandon the rest of us, I don't think it's going to be quite so easy to get rid of him. But Sorren, talk to me.
Even if everything being that you said is true. Just. This is also me sitting here thinking at this point. Like, I'm not entirely certain, so.
It's all good. Kanari is going to use the silence to take 1 5-foot step closer, carefully.
He doesn't react to that much. He's kind of busy, almost pacing around in the spot.
In the meantime, she'll stick her staff into the ground. You know, much as with his dagger, just show that it's out of play.
Even everything's being that you said is true, and how am I supposed to trust that bad things aren't going to come of it? How am I supposed to trust that the cloud that's hanging over your head following? Because I'll be damned if you sit there and say it's just like anything else. No. Damn shit is evil. The worst kind of evil, in fact. And nothing but misfortune follows anybody who's around it. Nothing but misfortune comes from anybody that's around it. Even those who sit there and they say that they're a good witch. I've heard of them. They lived in my swamps. They lived where I was. But they use the same kind of magic so the rest of them do. And nothing but pain and misery comes of it. So even if I was to believe everything that you sat there and said, how am I supposed to know the misfortune, the cloud that's following along behind you isn't going to cause us to start dropping one by one, subtly, working its way through us until I guess you may one left. And it's not going to sit there, rip us to shreds. It's going to sit there and take us away. And have us all gone.
Look, I'm sorry you were hurt. I'm sorry that those witches did whatever they did using that magic. But let me ask you this. Would that be any different if those witches had used a fireball? Or a dagger?
Because at least I'd be able to talk to them. Ma, Pa, Robin, they all still be here. They took their damn souls and ate them! Like just little sticks of me, just gobbling them all up. They're just gone. Nothing's even left of them. How do you think I'm supposed to think of anything that comes after that? A fireball, at least their souls would still be in the afterlife. At least they would. I watched them right before my eyes. I still wonder why the hell I was the one that was allowed to escape.
I can tell you. And I need you to trust me on this. when they died, their souls went on to their final reward.
I heard them screaming. I watched the form, this whatever way the soul is. I watched them get eaten. I watched them. You can't. Don't believe my lying eyes. Is that it?
Every form of necromancy that I practice and that I have been exposed to animates a dead body using magic. Whatever horrible act was perpetrated on your family is not the same as what I do. I'm sorry for your loss.
So it's all just a big old misunderstanding then, is it? I can't tell the difference between a goddamn left hand from the right hand, I guess.
I don't know what else to tell you. It's the truth.
Well, I suppose you have to forgive someone for not knowing that things that involve making the dead shake and move and do just. Because of course there was our friend in the crypts we sat there and dealt with. Remember him?
I do.
And what he was doing wasn't evil?
Oh no, that was. That's why we put a stop to it. It's the difference between body and soul, Sorren.
He's gonna take a seat on the ground back against the tree. How's a goddamn layman supposed to tell what any of this shit? Any of it whatsoever? How's he supposed to deal with any of it? Any of it at all?
It's the same question that I asked 5 years ago.
So what happened to you 5 years ago that made you ask that question then?
She is obviously grappling with this. I died. Or at least I thought I did.
He does
It
look
was-
a little confused.
It was a very long way down that mountain. And my mother took certain steps to make sure I would not survive the fall. And when I woke up at the bottom, I certainly felt like I'd been dead. I hurt. But something about me held on. And when I asked the wise men and women of the North what might have happened, they said perhaps some deity intervened on my behalf.
When you say that, his hand goes up to his shirt, where probably a necklace of some kind might be hiding. It's almost like just a, not even instinctive, just kind of like that little, like a, he's not even thinking about it. He just kind of moves his hand up there, as, it's gonna as if he touches a necklace or something.
Right.
So what happened to you 5 years ago? Then? Is that what you're saying?
It was a very long way down that mountain. And I don't know about that, but I do know that from that day forward, I've been able to shape flesh essentially as I see fit. I don't touch souls. I don't know anything about them. I can't minister, I can't make contact with patrons, none of that. It's just a tool, Sorren.
And a
Like
whole
my
bunch of
staff.
mystic mumbo jumbo I can't tell half the difference between.
Would you...
That one was a little bit more, it wasn't like angry, it was just kind of like, oh, I can't tell the damn difference between the words you're using. I know next to nothing about this, so.
I hear you. Look, would you... imagine you'd been raised in the wilderness, with never had human contact, raised with sticks and berries your whole life, and someone shows you a dagger. Would you know what you were supposed to do with it? Would you know the dangerous end from the not dangerous end?
I'd like
One
to think
small
so.
part of it you recognize, you see that's wood, but what's this strange shiny thing that's stuck to the end of it? It's the same with this. Someone taught you to use a dagger. Someone taught you how to build a bow and use that. It's no different. This can be taught.
He looks off slightly distant when you start talking about who taught you stuff, kind of thing, for a second. And then he looks back at you for a second. And then away again, because I'm also still sitting here thinking.
Would
if you have more, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a saying further north in Lenyara. Some of the natives there. People are only afraid of those things they don't understand. If I could show you more about how this works, about magic in general, I suppose, since you're worried about being in over your head with the rest of these people, the demons and the monsters and the things that go bump in the night, would that be enough? Would that help you understand that I'm not a threat? That I, like anyone who holds a dagger or strings a bow in service of their nation, in something they believe in, that I'm using the tools at my disposal in the way that I best can to keep the people I care about safe.
He's going to pull a necklace out from his shirt and hold it for a second. Looking closer, you probably can tell it's a snail shell.
Okay? Based on previously, I'll roll religion on that. And then, I suppose, let you or Guti tell me what you want to about that.
I can easily tell you. It is a tale of a god from Narr'tor. Maybe he comes across other places, who knows. His name is Venture. He is the snail god of luck.
Hey.
I could tell you the whole story sometime if you want. I wrote it up at some point, but that's beside the point.
Venture, right?
Yes, Venture.
Yeah. That was in character. So he's, pointing at the necklace that you just pulled out. Venture, right?
He stands up. You definitely do come across as a goddamn know-it-all sometimes. But, Sometimes it's nothing happens by accident, I guess. Then he's gonna tuck it back under his shirt. I'm gonna suppose at this point I don't have much of a choice, but I just, and assuming that you're right and all these things, even despite, we're gonna sit there and deal with whatever this is, and you'll show me what it is, but that's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop them from taking you all one by one. But hell.
Look, I can't promise that we'll all come out of this in one piece. I'm not gonna lie to you. As we saw with She, these people have unreasonable power for what they're trying to accomplish. And but I can promise you no one is going to die because of me.
And I'd be sitting here lying if I didn't say for whatever reason, despite reason in some cases. Ain't even been that long, but I've come to... Damn, I've come to love... Come to like all y'all.
Oh,
You know what?
shucks.
You know what? You know what? Maybe I'll stick around. But it's going to come on two conditions here. You're going to show me how I could tell the difference between the left and the right hand. How I could tell the difference between what you're doing and, I guess, proper black magic. And you are going to learn everything you can about souls that if someone were to go, we make sure that they actually go and don't get the damn souls eat.
She thinks about it for a moment. She is eyeing you with undisguised calculation.
I'm not sure what his expression is. It's probably some kind of, I don't know. He's probably just as confused. So it's just kind of like a weirdly, just like he's searching blind at this point. But he's like, fuck it. If I'm gonna jump in the hole, jump at this
Might
point.
as well jump of my own accord, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, that's probably the closest way I could describe whatever expression is on his face. So
Probably just like big eyes, furrowed brow, and just like a not
like
a
trying to be his normal smirk, but at the same time not quite. It's like shaky.
Yeah.
I hear you. Right, well, I think the two conditions for two conditions. I think one condition is you coming back with us and continuing that commitment that, you know, you've said you like us. Obviously, we like you. We wouldn't have chased you out here otherwise.
Two for two is fair. Go on.
Second condition. Whatever I teach you, you put to good use. Magic is...
Go ahead.
Magic is a tool. Magic is a dangerous tool. You're right on that one. And the people I learned from were not as responsible as I have been. And things could have taken a very, very dark turn had I been so inclined. So, you learn from me, you do it carefully, you do it right. You don't make me hunt you down and put you down.
I think I don't think you gotta convince me too hard on the don't use it. I ain't gonna have anyone else suffer the same way.
Revenge is a powerful drug. But I'll take that as your commitment. Now, can we shake on it and get back to the group?
And speaking on going back to the group, it seems
The group has found us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kai has found you so far.
And I immediately beeline run up to you.
Just fucking
Yeah.
fucking tackle me and just
Yeah.
hey Kai. Hey. Well, speaking on the group, speaking on that one, looks like here they come.
I'm just gonna assume you went on a very long walkie by yourself.
Very long walkie by.
That's my assumption. You didn't
Hey.
leave me.
No worries there, Kai. You guys found me. Good hide and seek.
Two more on the south side of the screen.
Found him, girls. He's over here.
Oh, good.
Dumbass.
Gonna...
Sake, Sorren, what do you think you're doing? Running off, you didn't even say goodbye.
All right. Look, let's just say I had to get my head on straight. Everything just is a bit much. I'm sure you can tell. I just needed to get my head on straight. That's all. And I think, well, it might not be on straight, but at least it's holding on at the moment. So, couple more nails and a hammer, and it probably hold in there just fine. I won't do that again. I promise. Not without at least saying something first. All right?
Well, good. You had me damn worried.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose I did, didn't I?
Anyway, you alright? You look a little shaken.
Well, I suppose you all would be shaken too after everything that just happened. Some kind of demon king coming back from things? Hell, who wants to deal with a demon king?
Right.
Right?
Which
Okay,
is why
well,
we're dealing with him before anyone else has to.
Exactly.
Well, I guess there's no time like the present. We still got something to do first, though, right? Don't we have to go up to Baronish? We got something for good old Lord Pronamia, right?
Right.
So I guess we might as well do that first, and well, so far, seems as though we haven't run across any. We seem to keep running across everything we seem to need to, almost as if by fate. So maybe we might find what we're looking for there.
Maybe.
Well, no point standing around here. Where'd you all park? He's just gonna start walking like in a random direction.
Other direction.
Yo, Jack, it's back this way.
Oh, and turns and walks as if he wasn't walking in the wrong.
We had to acquire the services of a certain someone to help find you.
Well, that explains the other half. Fair enough.
Right. Onward to Baronish, then.
And on to
Alright.
Baronish we shall go next time on Kyonin Legacies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah!
Woo! We got the boy
Woohoo!
back.
God, that RP was so good.
It was. Oh, fuck.
Well played, both of you. Very well played.
Yes.
I would bow,
very.
but you can't see me, so.
I can imagine it. Now I can send Solar this meme.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
That bodes well.
Oh no.
You mother.
I like to piss him off with dumbass American food.
Oh no! Now I'm curious.
All right,
Yes,
I'll
posted
share it.
in Kyonin. let me
Yep.
let me
The
see
fuck
that
you
shit.
Send him.
And
I will do.
Livid right now.
He's livid. We love to see
Oh, that actually looks really delicious.
I would eat that. I'm not
no.
gonna lie.
Oh,
No!
that actually looks really
I love
good.
biscuits and gravy.
Same.
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
I'm on
Yeah,
my
I'm-
way to eat that like right now.
I mean,
oh
okay,
my
so-
God.
Unironically, it does look good, but oh god, why would
What,
you
you've
do
never
that?
had?
There are
you've
just
never
some
had-
things you don't
wait,
do.
Hold on. You've never had a breakfast pizza that has gravy and cheese and sausage and like a croissant crust?
Well, yes,
No.
but they
That's
have
different.
the
Casey says something like it.
the sausage and the cheese and the whatnot. It doesn't have just biscuits and gravy pizza. You
No,
know?
there's cheese on that.
Well, yeah, but there's no meat.
Yeah, and not everyone's gotta eat meat.
Jesus Christ.
Who says I can't add some bacon after the fact?
God.
On that note,
I think it looks delicious.
It does actually look good, but
I love ending
wouldn't be
on
eating
funny
that
non
myself.
sequiturs.
and I just want to say, chaotic, nicely fucking done, man.
right back at you.
That, yeah,
That
Brilliant.
was fun.
yes.
Yes, that was
I know
that
how
was
chaotic
amazing.
felt during that Evo session where we had the banquet.
Oh yeah.
Kick back with a
Alright.
cigar and let the sesh run itself, baby.
Yay. All right. But for those of you tuning in, I hope you've enjoyed the that intensity. It's been building up for a little while in the background, so hope you enjoyed. For those of you wondering, next week I believe is the pirate campaign. So until then, we will see all of you in the next video. Until then, y'all have a good one.